welcome to Helga's Creations. I am Helga, and today I'm going to show you the yarn that I bought at the Midwest Fiber Festival. And the 3 non-yarn items that I bought at the Fiber Festival. First, I'll give you my thoughts. I think it was a really cool way to see what businesses had to offer. I guess I didn't realize that you wouldn't be able to find, or you'd be able to find a variety of yarn and yarn bases and colors and things, yarn related things. But when I was looking for stuff to create my husband's hoodie, my sweater, my cardigan, my daughter's cardigan, there wasn't enough quantities of a specific color if I liked that color and weight of yarn. So I did buy yarn just because I happened to find the quantity that I needed, but I didn't find everything that I wanted. I didn't find any yarn for my husband's hoodie, which is okay because in September there should be a yarn crawl in Kansas City, and I could buy the yarn then. But I think it was still nice to get to know some of the businesses that are in the area, to maybe contact them, go into their stores and say, oh hey, I saw this specific type of yarn or this colorway. What have you got that's similar, or do you have that specific one? And they can probably help you out. They can probably get an order in. So I think that's a really good thing about these fiber festivals. And the one thing that I noticed, it was so spacious between each vendor. So it was pretty accessible, especially if you had a wheelchair or cane. You weren't going to be bumping into your surroundings. There was one specific vendor that had a stance of hanging yarn, and that might have been difficult, but all in all, between the aisles between the vendors were pretty spacious, and I was surprised about that. It allowed people to just flow really nicely between the stalls. So let's get into what I bought. So when I bought my ticket, actually Raquel bought my ticket, and so I bought this year's project bag, and they had some sort of game along with it. I didn't look too much into it because I was mostly focused on, I want the project bag just to show I was there, and I'm going to be there for yarn. But there had this game that you can sign up to do some scavenger hunt. And so the theme was kind of like Sherlock Holmes. So that's why you have a magnifying glass, Sherlock Holmes' hat thing, and the yarn, and it says Midwest Fiber Festival. And it's in dark blue, which in type of blue, bonus. And so this is a pretty nice bag that I can use for my projects. So then let me show you actually the mini skeins that I bought, because I want to make a blanket. I want to get 2 mini skeins from each state that I visited, and I hope to one day finish off these states. I think I've got between 10 and 15 states still left to visit. So once I go back, or I can order them from the state that I need it from. Excuse me, it's morning. I wanted to make Hexi Granny squares and it's gonna be like decently tight, which is what I want for at least a blanket. It's gonna be crocheted, and I didn't want it to be super holey, so the hexy granny square is something that's just perfect for what I'm trying to envision. And I'll have a lot of these different colored ones, and then have one simple or one solid color combining everything, and then the border. So let's show you. And these are from Behind the Pines Emma Mini Skeins. And they are both 90% superwash merino, 10% nylon. They're $9 each, but look at that. It is so fun. Let's see, let's do this one first. Different shades of purple, blue with some pink in there. I know I did say in my previous video that I'm not a pink person, but this project for the mini skein hexy granny square blanket, it is supposed to look, mismatch and have different types of colors in it. So that is the idea. So it's okay if it has colors that I'm not really into, because I wanted to make it a little bit fun, just to show it off to people as well. And then there's this one. It's got different shades of blue, mainly a neon green, and 2 different shades of purple. Ah, man. These are so nice. Okay. And next, so I didn't find a vendor that had bulky deep red yarn that I wanted for my Ursa sweater, but luckily I had seen that Jack Studio had a worsted weight, I believe, version of the Ursa sweater. So it's just smaller yarn, but it's the exact same sweater, just smaller yarn, so you just have to adjust the pattern a little bit, and luckily they did that for you. So I'm going to be doing the Ursina sweater for myself. And this one is by Knitting Notions. And these were $27 each, but they are 247 yards. And they're 100% superwash merino wool. So, oh no, one has come out. Let me show you. Look. It's so nice. Oh, this one came apart. But you can kind of see the different shades of red, and they're on one of them, or some of them, there's this like bit of almost black, like it's so dark red that it's almost black. Let's see if I can do this right. Not bad, not perfect, but just for clarity, just these since they're natural fibers, they're gonna come in these called hanks, and right, yeah, hanks, and they're gonna come like this just because it doesn't stretch the fiber or the yarn as much, unless until it's in a ball or a skein. Let's see, where do I have an example? This is leftover yarn that I need to figure out what to do with. But unless it's like this, it's a little smushed. But when it's like this, it kind of stretches the yarn a little bit and warps it. So that one's already used, so it's fine that's that way. But this one is unused, and I need to use a thing called a Swift. Oh, I would like to buy it, or either I would like to buy a Swift, or someone can buy me a Swift. Some family members out there. But a Swift is nice because I can, it's kind of like an umbrella thing that pops out. I can put the yarn around it, cut these strings that are holding the fibers together, and I can then wind it so much more easier. So yeah, they're gonna stay like that until they're ready to use. Now, next thing I bought, this was actually the last thing that I bought, just because whenever I saw it, I was like, before we leave the venue, before we go and get lunch, I want this project bag. And it's this one. It says, there might be yarn in here, by the Yarn Adventure truck. And it's a kitty in a truck hauling a bunch of yarn. So I thought it was so cute. I said I need that. And with it should have been a doodle deck that I also bought, but I think I might have left that in the car. And a doodle deck is, let's see, they're images in square formation or pixel formation for you to be able to do that incorporated into your knitting. So a cardigan or a sweater can have it across, having birds across, and you just follow the doodle deck, the number of squares that you need to do. It's similar to tapestry if you have ever done that for crocheting. And you can also use it for crochet. So I'll put on the screen the specific one that I bought, and I need to go at some point today, or at some point I need to get it out of the car so I can have it in my yarn room, because it's gonna be used with my yarn. So I was able to find some purple yarn for my daughter's Not Today cardigan, and it's gonna be this. So it's kind of like a pale, like a lavender, a little bit of a periwinkle, and this was also bought at the Knitting Notion, and this is the color Wisteria, and the same, hand dyed superwash merino wool. Oh my goodness. Everybody keeps coming out of their hands. Okay. And then, possibly, I saw this yarn and I was like, I would like it. And I don't know if I want to use it for my own Not Today cardigan, but I want to use it for one of my own knitted projects. And this is from Interlacement Yarns, and this is called, the color is Bamboo Bliss, and it is 80% superwash merino, 20% bamboo. It's so soft, and I think it's the bamboo, just from when I was going around touching everything, and squishing all the hanks and balls of yarn. Bamboo is just so soft, and it's so nice. So one of them has come out of its hank formation, so let me do that real quick. Okay. Ready? And you can't even see it well. Let's see. Let's go. There you go. Like this. Look. I love it. It's got so many different shades of blue and a little bit of black in there. And a little bit of this like teal, which gives it a little bit of a nice pop of color, along with the dark blue and black. But oh my gosh, they're so pretty. I'm just so excited. And these were also, I think they're about $28 per. So I did spend maybe closer to $300 for all the yarn, the 2 project bags. But that's why I have a full-time job. And I work really hard at my full-time job. So it's paying for my hobbies. So yeah, that is all that I bought at the Midwest Fiber Festival. I will definitely go again next year, and hopefully I am more comfortable filming in public, just because my husband had a good idea of just have an earbud in, use your phone to record and pretend that you're on the phone with your mom or a friend. Be like, oh hey, yeah, look at this stand, it has this stuff, is there anything that are you interested in, any colors or whatever? Or talk about like, oh man, this would be really nice for a cardigan, or this would be really nice for a sweater, and then just mute the video to show. But hopefully next year. So yeah, I'm so excited to be working with them, working with the yarn, I mean, and start knitting. So that is what I got. A little bit of an update on my Circles to Square afghan. My daughter napped for a full 2 hours yesterday, and I was able to get quite a bit done, even though on Sunday, I believe, I laid it down. It's like, okay, let me make sure that everything is lining up correctly, and there was a part that was not, and so I had to painstakingly just undo that specific line that I was working on, or that specific line, and I unraveled so much of it too because it was all connected. But I was like, okay, I can do this. Did that. While my daughter was napping, I was able to get it all connected though. So, and I'll even put a video with me going whoosh. In the last clip, you would have seen the Circles to Square afghan with the border, because I thought I had recorded a video before I added the border, just to show how it looked like all the tiles connected. Probably not. So this week I did finish the border. You probably won't be able to see that well, but I did a row of the dark gray, and I was gonna do 2 more rows, and it just seemed like too much dark gray, and I wanted to kind of break it a bit. So I did put some of that extra periwinkle that I had in it, did 1 row of it, and in the front portion there would be I guess here there would have been a bunch of these ends, because where I had connected all of the squares. But I did so well this week. I took advantage anywhere that I could. And that's what this channel is about. If you are working on your hobbies or your projects, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, doing some sort of progress, so am I. I will put in clips of, when I would normally do it. It would be 7 p.m. My daughter has fallen asleep for the night, and before I also am sleepy and want to go to bed, I did about 20 minutes worth of at least doing the border, and just as quickly as I can, trying to crochet as fast as I can within those 20 minutes, because I do have to wake up a bit early in the morning. And then whenever my daughter is independently playing on her mat, I'll insert a video as well that you can see her little hand grabbing my blanket, just because she's interested on what I have in my hand and is a baby and wanting to grab everything that's within her reach. Whenever she's napping, she doesn't nap too long in her bassinet, but I at least try and get her to sleep in there, and I'll just have a video going lightly and crochet as much as I can then. So yeah, it's been a busy week. I haven't been able to put too much focus on my projects, especially usually Saturdays are whenever I can at least get 2 hours fully to focus on my projects. But my husband was out today, and he went to pick up my non-craft whip, and this channel is going to be mainly craft whips and craft projects and anything crafty. But I will mention here and there about my progress on this. But this non-craft whip is a car, and a bit of a backstory. I've always loved the look of classic / vintage muscle cars, and whenever the show Supernatural came about, I saw that vehicle. I was like, that is the kind of vehicle that I want. So for the longest, I wanted a 69, 69 Chevy Impala, I believe. I can't really remember the specific year, but it was a 1960 Chevy Impala. And whenever my husband, he got his dream car, and he said, what is your dream car? And I told him, and it's so hard to find one in good condition. I said, it's not that I want specifically a Chevy Impala. I just don't know any other vehicle names. But I just want the type of car that's like that. So after months of just here and there scrolling through Facebook Marketplace, we found a vehicle that has a similar body type at a good price, great condition. It's an old vehicle, so it'll have rust spots and everything in the engine we're gonna change out and whatever. But I got a 1972 Thunderbird, and I've mentioned this before, I love the color blue, and it already came in this electric blue color, and I was like, oh my god. So my husband went and picked that up today. He had to drive about 5 hours away from here to go pick it up, but so I had to stay with my daughter the whole day and just weave my ends here and there wherever she'd let me. But I don't know, it was kind of worth it. So we had been preparing, making sure that our truck was good, getting things for like the trailer to haul it. So yeah, I will mention it here and there, but it's not going to be the focus because this is more of a whips and I'm not creating a car. It's Helga's creation, so I'm creating something with my hands. So that's gonna be my whip, non-craft whip that I'll be working on the side. So yeah, I've at least got a good portion of the front ends weaved in. It's the back that looks a little scuffed. So I'll cut off once I'm done weaving in the seam ends. I will cut them all off and then start on the ends for the circles to squares on the back side, weave all those in, and then cut them all off. So we are now in crunch time, so for next week's video, I'm going to let my husband know, it's like, please, I mean, I love my daughter. I look forward to, at the end of the day, finish working just to get to be with her and hang out with her, go to sleep. And she's so cuddly and so comfy. So but I really want to get these done this is for my coworker, and I really want to get the appa finished for my friend Levi. And I've got the prototype not completed because I've got the head and the legs completed. The body, I think my tension was not the greatest. So I think I've understood what I need to do and how I need to make it. At least the head, body, and legs. So I've got the yarn that I'm gonna be using for the appa, for the actual appa that I'm gonna be giving to my friend. I've got it. I know what I'm gonna be doing, and I will be starting that and completing it. If I'm putting it together on the way there, that's totally fine. As long as I get it done before I leave and I can give it to them while I'm in Nebraska, it's perfect. Well, that is it for this video. Thank you for coming along in this video to see the yarn that I bought from the Midwest Fiber Festival. Seeing the little progress that I made on my Afghan, and barely any progress on the appa prototype, but you know, that's what this channel is about. If you're just like me that has responsibilities or anything in your life impeding time on creating your crafts, or just giving you bits and pieces of time here and there to progress on your crafts, welcome. I am that way. I am also that person. I work full time, and I'm also a mom to an almost 4-month-old. She's getting so big. But I also find time here and there to try and progress in my craft and my hobbies. At least to have something to distract me. And at least I get to do something fun for myself. So if you can relate and would like to subscribe to see more of me, go ahead and subscribe. I will be posting a video every Monday at 8 a.m. Central Time Zone. And if you like the video, go ahead and like. If you want to make sure to get notified when I post a video, hit the notification button. Words are hard today. I also have an Instagram, as you will see at the end of the video. My handle is helgas.creations. helgas.creations. S on the end of both words. I'm gonna try and post more frequently there, and I will put a post of whenever my video has been uploaded. And if you want to see what I complete sooner than waiting for the video to come out, I will be posting it there. And anything else that I can think of that is more craft related. Thank you for watching the whole video if you've made it this far, and I'll see you in the next video.